Should law students intern with NGOs? Now, this is one question that a lot of you have. Number one, in this video, we're going to discuss what is an NGO. What is an NGO? We're going to discuss that. We are going to discuss the benefits of interning with NGOs. We're going to discuss what you can learn as a law student, what you can learn as a law student if you intern with an NGO. And also, I'm going to give you a list of NGOs with whom you can apply. I'm also going to tell you about the best NGOs or the most famous NGOs who give work and who, if you intern with them, you are going to short learn things in a really good manner. So yeah, that is what we are going to discuss in this video. Let's get into this video. Yeah, guys, welcome to Loggery. I hope you're subscribed to Loggery's YouTube channel and hit that bell notification so that you do not miss any of our videos. And I hope you're following us on Instagram. We're there by the name at I am Loggery. We do pretty motivational stuff out there if you want to stay happy, if you want to stay motivated, and if you want to stay connected a little more with Loggery, then do follow us on Instagram. So guys, if you want to know about internships like a little more than usual, if you're a law student who has never interned or who is planning to intern but is facing problems, then I've done a complete playlist wherein from step 1 till last I've discussed that how you should apply, how you should plan your internship, in which organizations you can apply. I've also given you list of organizations where you can apply. All the links are going to be in the description box. Do check them out because they are going to help you a lot to grow, to evolve as a law student, right? What are NGOs? Now, this is one question that you might have. Now, NGOs are non-profit making, voluntary, service oriented organizations. So basically they are not there for business, but what is the purpose of an NGO? It is to help, like in whichever field the NGO is working, जिस भी field में NGO work कर रहा है, their main purpose क्या है? मदद करना, to help people, right? So they help people. NGOs help people in the field that they are working. Okay, NGOs and their fields. NGOs and their fields. Now, which one should you prefer? We are going to discuss which one should you prefer as a law student, right? There are NGOs that are working in the field of education. They are teaching students, they are providing books, they are setting up libraries, there are institutions that are providing proper infrastructure like that of your furniture, boards, everything, right? So they are institutions that are working in the field of education. Then there are institutions or NGOs rather who are working for livelihood. What they'll do is they'll help people attain a skill so that people can get jobs easily, right? Then there are NGOs who are working for human rights and animal rights. Yes, there are so many NGOs that are working for human rights and animal rights. Then there are NGOs who are working for legal rights, right? There are NGOs who are working for human rights, animal rights, legal rights. Basically, these are particularly law related. These are particularly law related NGOs, they have to do things that are related to law. Then there are NGOs who are working in the field of health, right? Especially due to COVID, there's so many NGOs that have come up and they are working in the field of health. There are NGOs who are working for betterment of the environment. They are creating awareness. They are conducting tree plantation drives. They are doing activities wherein they can teach people about waste management. They can create awareness. So different types of NGOs working in different fields. Question is that as a law student, which one should you prefer? You should prefer NGOs that are working for human rights, animal rights, legal rights, because they are related to law. But if you're not getting internship with an NGO who's working in the field of law or related to law, then you can work with NGOs that are working in any field. Any field, I promise you're going to learn a lot. I promise, I'm not lying. If it is a good NGO known that they give work to their interns, they're interested in their interns, then you are going to learn a lot, believe you me. Okay, so what we have learned is that we are going to prefer NGOs that are working in the field of law, but we are open to intern with NGOs that are working in other fields also. And I'm going to discuss that what you are going to learn when you intern with different types of NGOs, types of work, and what you can learn from the kind of work that you are doing. Teaching, if you're teaching students, then what you learn? So you're going to prepare topics. Obviously, if you have to teach, you have to prepare. So you're going to write, you're going to speak, you're going to research, and you're also going to work in a team. Most of the NGOs, they do have fellows that they are going to guide you, they're going to help you with preparing of the lessons, they're going to help you with that how they're going to tell you techniques, that how you should teach, how you should handle the class. So basically your speaking skills, you're working on your speaking skills, you're working on your writing skills, you're working on your presentation skills, you're working on your research, right? Maybe you're not researching related to law, but you're acquiring a skill, and when you acquire a skill, you get to know a lot, and then you apply it in your legal field also. So you learn a lot when you teach. You gain confidence. That's number one thing. You gain confidence when you teach the kids, when you talk to your teammates. Yeah, you gain confidence. Research. If you are, working within organization wherein you have to research, most of the law related NGOs, they want you to research, they want you to write articles, right? So if you are researching, ultimately you're going to write something. If you are writing, you're going to research. So all of this also helps you in acquiring a skill. Creating presentations. So you have to create presentations when you work with different types of organizations. Then again, you have to research, you have to write, you have to speak, and everything gives you confidence. The more you get involved in such activities, the more confidence. Organizing, it is more of a teamwork. You have to come up with ideas, you have to implement, and you go through, you learn a lot when you organize something from your mistakes, the things that you thought are going to happen but they couldn't. Then you learn that, okay, you need to be more practical. What are the things that are workable? So again, you learn a lot. And also, when you organize things, you meet people. And thus it leads to networking, right? Next is fundraising, convincing people to donate. What is fundraising? Convincing people to donate, asking people for money, which is the most difficult thing. Again, it leads to confidence. It helps you in you learn how to speak. Again, networking also takes place, and all of these things help you. Then you also write, because you have to create things where you have to create certain things. You have to write down, you have to create banners and everything. So yeah, all of this helps you in growing. Now if you are going for an internship where you have to collect first-hand information, again, you have to speak, you have to ask people, right? Then you have to write, then you have to, and mostly wherein you are collecting information, you are asked to write articles, you're even asked to click photographs so that you can attach them along with your article. So a lot of these things happen, right? So whichever type of organization you're working with, you're going to learn. I promise you're going to learn. Just opt for good NGOs. Just read the reviews before you opt for an NGO, right? But what are the other benefits? Now, the other benefits include there are more vacancies in NGOs, so you can easily get an internship to begin with. Now, you always ask me that I am a first year student, I am a first year law student or first semester law student. I have just, started with my law. Or there are students who say that I'm in my fourth year, I am in my third year, I have not interned. I have not interned yet, and because I'm not having previous any previous experience, no one is giving me internship. NGO is the place where you can get internships very easily. So this is a blessing, because NGOs are such organizations, they are always in need of humans who can help them with their work, right? Learn how to work in a team, which is really important. How to communicate, how to tell people that, okay, this is the way you have to work. You cannot be rude, you need to be really polite. So you learn a lot of things, right? Next is improves public speaking. Yes, it does. Next is improves communication skills. You learn how to work in a professional structure, which is really important. You get to know that. Learn how to behave in a professional setup. This is very important. You will learn how to send emails. You receive emails from the fellows, you receive emails from your heads, from your coordinators, and then you learn that, okay, fine, this is how I have to send an email, this is how I have to communicate, this is what I need to do. So you grow, you evolve as a human. One of the reasons I ask students to intern with NGOs is that you learn one very important lesson of your life, that you're blessed, you have a lot, you're privileged. When you work for or work with underprivileged people, you learn that you have a lot in your life and you are just always complaining. You learn to be thankful for what you have. and that is a very big thing to learn, right? So working with NGOs makes you human, makes you a human that changes forever. That is what I have felt. The more I work with NGOs, even today when I work with an NGO, I love working with NGOs. When I work with an NGO, I change more. I am more empathetic towards people, right? So this is a very important learning. And when you are, when you are empathetic, or when you understand the problems of people, when you work in your field, then also you're able to understand the problems of the people in a very better manner. You become more patient and you become more polite, which is very important in the field of law, to be polite, right? Not to be egoistic, right? Networking, very important. When you work with an NGO, there are two types of people. Let me tell you, there are two types of people. One who are there for certificate, the other one who are there for learning, plus obviously they're there for certificate also. But their main focus is to learn, right? Certificate is an add-on. But there are people who are there just for certificate, and they say we don't want to work, we don't want to learn, just give us the certificate, we are just here for the certificate. Now when you meet people, if you belong to this category, the second category wherein you want to learn, you will meet people who are like-minded. They have such big and good goals and dreams that you also learn from them. Okay, this can be done, he or she is doing this thing. You meet like-minded people who want to achieve something in life, and that is such a blessing to talk to them, to sit with them and discuss. You learn so many things, you acquire good habits, my people. I have acquired so many habits when I've worked with such type of people. You evolve as a human, you become a storyteller. Now what happens is, when you have to go for an interview, the biggest worry is what you're going to talk about. When I ask people, okay, what do you love, or what have you done, what really great have you done in your life, they're like, nothing. But if you worked with an NGO, you become a storyteller. Because there's so many stories to recite. So when you work with NGOs, or when you do internships in general also, you have so many stories to share. You make friends. You have so many stories to share. This happened, because internships are not only about work. There is a lot of fun also. Like, I can share so many stories, such good memories with people with whom I've interned, and they are friends. They are my friends also now. We do talk often. We have worked together. We have had fun together. So yeah, you become a storyteller, and you know what? These stories are the ones that help a person understand. Like, if you come to me and if you give an interview and you say, okay, I've done this internship, and I'll tell you, okay, I'll ask you questions. Okay, what you did, what was your work? The way you tell your stories, I can tell that whether you have interned or it's a fake certificate. I can make that out, right? So all of you who say, oh, my mother, my father knows so and so person, yeah, we belong to an influential family and we can get a fake certificate. Look, we don't even have to work and we're getting the certificate. Oh my God, you're missing out on the experience, my kids. So do not do that. If you intern and then you get a certificate, you're going to learn so much. So say no to fake certificates. Work, experiential learning is something that you should go for, right? So yeah, you learn a lot about yourself. You learn about the things that are going around in the world. You change as a person. And also, if you want to study abroad, or if you one day you're going to apply for jobs, or when you are going to apply for anything, and where there is interview, or you have to write a statement of purpose, or what you have done in your life, you can add this to your CV. Obviously you're going to add this to your CV, and it is going to be the star. Believe you me, whenever I have gone for interviews, it is the NGO internships that people ask me about. That, okay, what did you do, how was it? I mean, they are so intrigued, especially if you want to study abroad. Like, if you're planning that you have to study in some foreign country, then interning with NGOs is an add-on, because these people, foreigners especially, look up to people who have worked with NGOs, who have worked for the society. So yeah, working with NGOs is very important. You should have worked with at least two, minimum one, and you can work, maximum can be any, but yes, 1 to 2 internships minimum with NGOs are going to help you a lot. So please intern with NGOs, and I'm going to share the list of NGOs that you can apply with for internship. Okay, let's discuss about the best NGOs or NGOs that you can work with, so guys, I have a list of NGOs prepared for you guys, wherein I've talked about 100 plus or around 100 NGOs. I've given you the website, I've given you the email, I've given you that how to apply. Everything has been discussed in that article, www.logity.com. the link is going to be in the description box. Guys, I've done the homework for you guys. You just have to apply. And please, one request that I have is, please do not commit the common mistakes. Again, I have done a video about common mistakes that students commit when they apply for law internships. Number one mistake is not working on your resume. Number two is just sending your resume and not writing anything in the email. Please do not throw your CV on me or anyone else. It is a very bad thing, right? I've done a video on how to make your resume. Please create a good CV and resume and then send it to the people or the organizations that you want to. Have created the list for you. I'm going to tell you about some of the really good NGOs just for the sake of it, but you have to go through the list and you have to apply. Please do apply. Number one is People's Union for Civil Liberties. They are known for the type of work that they give to their interns. They are very much interested in giving work. They are very much interested in helping you grow. So yeah, they are there in Delhi as well as in Jaipur. Human Rights Law Network. They are there in various cities. Again, a really good, human rights NGO. Then we have Justice Ventures. These three are the NGOs that are working in legal field. Then we have an NGO that is Teach a Child. Then we have Make a Difference. All of these are education related NGOs. They work in the field of education. Just understand one thing, that the beauty of working with NGOs or doing internships is that there are different types of internships and you can opt for them according to your convenience. Now, number one, there are internships wherein you have to attend the office or you have to go and work for them only on weekends. If you are free on weekends, say you are free on weekends, then you can opt for the weekend internships. Now, the next type or the second type is wherein you can work from home, right? Or we also call them online internships or virtual internships. And sometimes you have to meet in person, sometimes only, sometimes meet in person, right? Or not meeting in person, only virtual internships. You can go for such type of internships also if you have time, right? Then there are full-time internships. You can go for full-time internships when you have vacations. Then there are internships wherein you have to go and work only in the evening. So as per your convenience, bachcho, if you have time, if you can take out time on weekends, go for weekend internship. If you have time in the evening, go for evening internship. If you in your vacations, go for full-time internships, right? If you do not have time on weekends, or you do not have time in the evening, you just have time to work online, you can go for online internships. Also, due to COVID, we are preferring online internships. Once we bounce back, wherein we have a life without COVID, obviously you can go for weekend, online or full-time internships. Now, there are many people who say that, Bar Council of India has said that you cannot intern when you're studying. Look, the reality of our lives is that students are doing internships when they are studying or when they are attending the session, when they are attending the semester classes, right? If they have time, they do the internships, and most probably they are doing online, evening or weekend internships. They're not going for full-time internships. And when you take your CV or when you send your CV anywhere, no one questions that how did you do it. Instead, people praise you that, oh, this particular student is not only studying or not only attending classes but also is working. So yes, whenever, however, wherever you are able to find time, do internships. Not only NGO internships but also other kind of internships, right? Watch these videos before you apply. 100% get selected. Now it is very important that you watch the video wherein I've talked about how to apply. I've talked about how to make a resume. I've talked about mistakes that you should avoid. Please watch these videos. The link is going to be in the description box. And also please visit www.loggery.com wherein I've given you a list of NGOs and law firms with whom you can apply. Guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you found this video helpful. अगर आपको video helpful लगी तो please like करना मत भूलना और please subscribe to the channel and comment down below because that will make my day. I feel motivated when you like the videos, when you subscribe to the channel and when you leave a comment down below. Also guys, if you want us to create a video on any particular topic, then also you can leave a comment down below. Also do not forget to visit our website, that is www.loggery.com. You're going to find a lot many things out there. And also you can follow us on Instagram, that is we are there by the name @IamLoggery. We do pretty amazing stuff there. You're going to find a lot of knowledgeable resources and study material on our Instagram, so do not forget to follow us on Instagram. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I'll see you super soon. Loggery signing off. Stay blessed, stay happy. Bye.